Hello listeners and welcome to today's Cult News. I'm your speaker Casey, host of the Cult Vault podcast, and today we are going to be looking at some ongoing allegations against French film director Luc Besson. Luc Besson is a French film director, writer and producer who has been accused of sexual misconduct by multiple women. The allegations against him first surfaced publicly in 2018 when Dutch actress Sand van Rooij filed a complaint against him accusing him of rape. In the wake of Van Rooij's allegations, several other women also came forward with accusations of sexual misconduct and assault by Besson. In total, at least 9 women have accused Besson of sexual misconduct ranging from sexual harassment to assault and rape. Besson has denied the allegations and has not been charged with a crime. However, an investigation into the allegations is ongoing. The case has garnered significant media attention in France, where it has been seen as a test of the country's handling of sexual misconduct allegations in the #MeToo era. Despite Besson's allegations being somewhat in the past, they still surface occasionally and find themselves in current articles, such as the one released recently on Far Out. According to a Far Out magazine article, Luc Besson began his career as an independent director associated with the Cinéma du Look movement of the 1980s. By the 1990s, he had received widespread acclaim, and by the 2000s, he became the driving force behind many Hollywood blockbusters. Besson has had an incredibly successful career, yet many people seem happy to ignore that when he was 31, he began dating a 15-year-old. The director first met the child actor Mai Wen when she was 12, waiting just 3 years to begin a romantic relationship with her. By the time she was 16, the pair were married, and Mai Wen went on to have the couple's daughter, Shana. It was in the early 1990s, and Besson had just released La Femme Nikita, which earned him a Golden Globe nomination for Best Foreign Language Film. The director was on the cusp of breaking into Hollywood, yet no one seemed to bat an eyelid that he was married to a child. Even worse, Besson's big break came with Léon, the Professional, the tale of an unlikely emotional relationship between a 12-year-old girl and an adult hitman. The film starred Natalie Portman in her first role opposite Jean Reno, with Gary Oldman giving an electrifying performance as a corrupt DEA agent. Although Léon the Professional is undoubtedly a good film, it's hard to get past the fact that, according to Mai Wen, the film was inspired by her relationship with the director. According to the BBC, the director of The Big Blue and Nikita was accused by Dutch-Belgian actress Sand van Rooij in 2018 of repeatedly raping her over 2 years. Prosecutors dropped the case in early 2019, citing a lack of evidence, but reopened inquiries later that year when Miss Van Rooij made new allegations. Van Rooij claims that she was sexually assaulted by Besson in a hotel room just hours after meeting him. But in 2022, the rape case was dismissed, and Besson's defense claimed that the court had ruled his client innocent of all crimes. If we look back on the inspiration for the film Léon, it would appear that his client is not at all innocent, and that historical crimes should not be overlooked, especially when a pattern of control can be identified, as perhaps seen with Mai Wen and then Van Rooij, when looking through the lens of coercive control and the abuse of power, position and influence. So that is a brief overview into the case of Luc Besson, and if we have any further news on this, I will be sure to let you know. That is the end of today's Cult News. Join me tomorrow for more. I'm your speaker Casey, host of the Cult Vault podcast.